You see initial weight loss progress. You lose about 2 to 3, 4, 5, maybe even pounds in 1 week. And then the next week, week 2, you end up dropping a couple more pounds. Then you get to week 3 or 4 and your weight loss stalls. This is the most crucial point of weight loss and most people get it wrong. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you why this happens and exactly what you need to do when it happens. Because I've been there. I was 70 pounds overweight, and if I didn't take this advice, I would still be 240 pounds to this day. To start, you need to understand why you lose so much weight in the initial stages of weight loss. It is not abnormal to see anywhere from 3 to 10 pounds of weight loss in the first couple of weeks, and here are the 2 main reasons why. Most people have a pretty consistent level of food within their stomach on a day-to-day basis. But when you start eating less, what can you now expect? You are going to have less food in your stomach. Think about it like a warehouse during the holidays. When a company is selling some sort of product, let's just say clothes, there is going to be a lot less of the clothes within the warehouse. Why? Because they're churning through more clothes. Whereas during other parts of the year, they might have more stock because they're not running out of it as much. Your stomach works the same way. When you are losing weight and you are eating less, there is going to be less food in your stomach. So now when you step on that scale for the first week or 2 weeks, you're going to see a big drop in weight because you have less food within your stomach. And second, when you eat less, you now hold on to less water weight. Think about it like a sponge. If that sponge is full of water, it is going to be heavy. And then when you squeeze all the water out of it, it tends to drop. In the beginning stages of weight loss, you are that full sponge. And then once you drop that initial weight in week 1 and week 2, you're going to lose a lot of that water weight. You're not going to lose all water weight, but you're going to lose a good chunk of it. So although during this first week or 2, you may lose about a pound to 4 pounds of fat loss, you are also losing volume of food in your stomach and you are losing water weight off your body. So you are not losing 10 pounds of fat. So during this time, weight loss feels effortless. You're a lot more motivated and you're seeing progress on the scale, even on like a day, almost like a day-to-day basis sometimes. Then when you hit week 3 or 4, it stalls. This is what you're doing wrong. Mistake number 1, you overdo it. Most people's reaction during week 3 and week 4 is to sound the dang alarm, to start freaking out, to start decreasing calories a ton, to start increasing cardio a bunch, and to start working out anywhere from like 5 to 7 times a week. You start thinking, I need to do more because I'm not seeing that progress anymore. What I was maybe doing before isn't enough now. But doing this hurts you more than it helps you. Think about it like a job. If you were to work 12 hours every single day, 7 days a week, can you really expect to not be burnt out, right? A lot of times we have a 5-day work week or a 4-day work week for some people. I'm jealous of those people who have that. But we have this work week, and by the time the weekend rolls around, we're tired, we're exhausted. You almost need that to recharge. Now, if you worked 12 hours, 7 days a week, guess what? You are going to have a lot of negative side effects, and your fat loss works the exact same way when you sound the alarm and start increasing everything you're doing. You start having increased stress, increased hunger, and decreased motivation. Because more doesn't necessarily mean better. Why? Because you can't sustain it for that long. It's like that 12-hour job every single day for 7 days a week. You are bound to burn out if this is the case. Then you end up falling off your diet and go right back to what you were doing before, and now you're back to square one. So if you want to not fall off your diet, then you need to quit making the second mistake, because if you do, then you won't make it past this stage. Mistake number 2, a misunderstanding of what good progress really is. This is what you want weight loss to be. And this is what weight loss really looks like. You see someone's transformation online of 70 pounds, but you don't see what is happening on the back end. You don't see how many days, hours, weeks, months worth of work that was put into it. You expect that you should just be special and that weight loss should be different for you and that you should be losing a ton of weight every single week and that you should have like 50 pounds off in like a month or 2 months. The reality is those people that you see with these transformations are going through a lot of stress, a lot of work to get there, a lot of days, a lot of weeks, a lot of months. It didn't take them 1 month to lose all that weight. You don't even see all their struggles. Every single person who's losing weight is going to have struggles. So what can you expect? Phenomenal weight loss progress is a half a pound to 2 pounds of weight loss a week. I hear people say all the time, I'm only losing 1 pound of weight loss a week. You realize that is good progress. That's phenomenal progress, in fact. That is a 500 calorie deficit every single day, which is standard when it comes to weight loss. The problem is you are so trained to see these crazy results that you see in week 1 and week 2 that you're expecting 5 pounds every single week. I think about this like my dog. My dog loves salmon. If I gave my dog a treat every single time that she did something good, and if that treat was salmon, now the next time that I maybe gave her a treat that was like, those little milk bones or whatever, she'd probably spit it out, right? Because she was expecting something better. You are expecting progress to be faster than it really is. Once you have a good understanding what weight loss progress really is, weight loss becomes a lot less stressful. But if you continue to do this next mistake, then you are going to make weight loss more difficult than it needs to be. Mistake number 3, you aren't paying attention to trends. Most people do this wrong. They step on the scale one day and it spikes down and they get excited. They get pumped up that they've lost a couple pounds in one day. Or they step on the scale the next day and overnight they've gained 3 pounds. They get pissed off. They're mad the rest of the day. That's like you taking your entire bank account and putting it all into stocks and quitting your job. What is going to happen? You're going to freak out when it goes down some days, and you're going to be super pumped up when it spikes up in some days. And guess what? That's the normal flow of how the market works. There is always going to be highs and lows, and your weight loss works the same way. You need to quit being excited when the scale spikes down a couple pounds and being pissed off when it spikes up a couple pounds. And you need to start paying attention to trends over time. The scale is a data point. It is not your self-worth. The scale fluctuates for so many different reasons that it's a whole nother separate video, but it spikes up for you having more carbs one day or maybe having less carbs one day, and it spikes down because your body will hold on to more water when you have more carbs, which doesn't make carbs a bad thing. It's just something good to know. Same things that happens when you have more sodium. So when you go out to eat, those foods are higher in salt, or you drink electrolytes, that's higher in salt, or maybe it's that time of the month, or maybe you had a hard workout and your muscles are trying to recover, so it brings more water to that area, or maybe just one night you have more food in your stomach, like we talked about in the beginning. That doesn't mean you gained a pound of fat, you just have more volume within your stomach. I don't think you understand how hard it is to gain 1 pound of fat in one day. You'd have to eat a ridiculous amount of calories for this to be the case. So what I want you to do is be able to take a step back, look at trends over a couple weeks. Now you can track it every single day, but still pay attention to the trends. And when you lose weight over time, then get excited because you're on the right track. If you're not losing weight over time, then you may need to reassess. If you want to quit making these mistakes to get past the stall, then this is what you need to do. You need to understand these aren't plateaus. This is your body adapting to a calorie deficit. Your body's not plateauing, your mind is the one that's plateauing. So follow this 3-week rule. If your progress has stalled after 3 weeks, and I mean when you take a step back and you look at the trend lines, if that progress is staying the same, then it may be time to reassess. But if you think you're in a plateau and you look at that trend line and it is going down a little bit, it's going down a half a pound to 2 pounds of weight loss each week. So that could be anywhere from about 4 pounds to 8 pounds in just 1 month. But if it is not going down at that rate, then this is what I want you to do. I want you to start making small adjustments. I don't want you dramatically dropping your calories and freaking out like most people would be doing. They'd be sounding the dang alarm. Like, don't be the psycho person who goes on a date and then they come back, send a text to somebody and they haven't replied within 10 minutes, and now you're sitting here freaking out, either text them a bunch or thinking they hate you, and then they reply 30 minutes later, and then now you feel the best, ever. All your stress is gone. Don't be that person. You're doing that with weight loss. So if it's actually stalling out, start doing 200 less calories to your diet instead of going an insane amount. Start doing in 1,000 or 2,000, maybe 3,000 more steps over the next month instead of increasing your cardio a ridiculous amount. Start making sure you're consistently hitting workouts 2 to 3 times a week, doing full body strength training workouts instead of doing 5 to 7 workouts. I go into detail on a free mini course that I have on exactly how you can lose lose weight, you can just click the link in the description below. So many of you are being that psycho person who's constantly sitting there on their phone after the date, waiting and watching for that text to come back, and you're sitting there and thinking every minute goes by, you're thinking, oh, that person hates me, they don't like me, when in reality, they're just busy and they have a life going on. Don't be that person. Be patient, get good at looking at progress, and get good at making small adjustments. And if you want to know exactly how to build a diet plan that won't leave you with long stalls, then I'd recommend you watch this video here.